Yo, what's going on, beautiful people? What's going on, beautiful people? Let me tell everybody we live. Mm. Yo, what's happening? What's happening? Yo, I had a long flight. Got in like almost 1:30. Ivy's been up since 1:30. What's happening, family? What's happening? Let me get situated. What's popping? What's popping, Matt? What's popping, Dream? It's a little cold in Vegas. It's a little cold on the West Coast. I'm shocked. I am shocked. We'll let this room fill up. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear my music in the background. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see me. Yes, where's my brush? Brush my hair. What's happening? I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. We had an amazing weekend this weekend out there on the East Coast, out there in Boston. Eesh. As you see, my alarm was going off, and we wasn't hearing none of that. So I don't know if you guys see the topic, but as I put the topic in here, I thought sometimes, I want y'all to type it in the chat. Sometimes you make the wrong decisions to get to the right place. Let me say that again. Sometimes you make the wrong decisions to get to the right place. Yes. There's many cases in life that you make the wrong decision, but it leads you to the right place. Yes. Oh man, she said the live wasn't popping up for me. I just got on, Siobhan. I was late as hell. I barely went to sleep. I got in. I was supposed to get in around about 11:30. I got in around about 1:30, 1-ish. I got home around about 1:30. As soon as I got home, Ivy's up. Ivy has a runny nose, so she's not feeling too good. But I want to be extremely transparent about something that I've been like keeping very like inside and oh my God, what happened? I'm going to be extremely transparent with you guys today. So last Thursday when I did that guest call, put some 8s in the chat if you remember that guest call. Absolutely an amazing guest call. It was an amazing guest call, but it was a horrible day for me. It was a horrible day for me. And at this point, I have been disturbed mentally, physically, spiritually since Thursday morning. So for those who don't know, my daughter had a horrible seizure Thursday morning at school. And that shit shook me. That shit shook me up. And we've been dealing with it ever since. And it's almost like nothing happened, but something really, really bad happened Thursday morning at school with my daughter, Genesis. And she had a seizure for like 15 minutes. The school was calling me. I was on an opportunity call. I didn't even hear the phone call. So by the time I got the message, it was like 9:45, almost 10. So we ended up rushing to the school. When we get there, she was already in the ambulance. So we get there and the warrior just takes over me. And I didn't like to see my daughter like that. I wasn't really trying to hear what was going on. I just wanted her outside that ambulance, like get out of that. She don't need this experience. So I take her out of that and we rush her to the hospital Thursday morning. And from what they're telling us and from what the test and the results shows, it shows like no sign of having a seizure. When we brought her in the car, she was drooling, she was slurring her words, her mouth was sideways, she bit her tongue. So it is obviously she had a seizure. And nobody knows what caused it. Nobody knows what triggered it. Nobody knows like why. Like nobody is giving us answers on like why it happened. Like because there's no signs that it happened. There's no signs that it happened. So I've been keeping this in me like all weekend. I go to Boston. I teach. I do everything I'm supposed to do. The very next day, imagine this shit happens Thursday morning. Friday morning, I'm on a plane heading to Boston, and I have to act like nothing is going on. And now I'm home, and it's hard. It's hard. So she's gonna go. We're gonna go to a neurologist on tomorrow and try to get more answers. And when I read up on these things, and you start thinking like there's a very big chance that we might not find out what's going on, and which leads me right back to God. It leads me right back to praying. It leads me right back to asking God to lead me again, asking like for guidance, asking for help. And this is where we are. So now I'm upstairs. I'm like laying with my daughter, So I'm just like, nothing matters. Nothing matters. So I don't even hear the alarm. I'm just holding her, So it's like, no, Riley. And everybody knows. So if I'm just extremely transparent, it's like, I'm totally against school. I'm 100% totally against school for any children because I think the system in itself is evil. And even though you have really good teachers, you have really good people in schools, not all people are bad, but it's like the school system and the energy has triggered something. And I feel like we're going to go get tests, but I'm going to be extremely transparent with you guys. I feel like it's spiritual. And I know it might sound crazy, but I feel like I was talking to Alex, and Alex started speaking to me about some things that I was thinking, but it was like no way he could have known. And this is when like God used other people as vessels. I was also speaking to Eliana about it because I know she has 2 daughters, and it was like things that these guys were saying to me. It was kind of like sometimes God does things to get your attention, and sometimes it's not something that you're going to agree with, but it's to get your attention. And I felt like it troubled me because I'm in such of a humbling energy where I'm just bowing down already, and I'm just like, to be honest, when it happened, I looked up and I was like, yo, bro, like this is what we doing right now. Like this is like this is really what we're doing. So it makes me kind of like take a step back, you know what I mean? And it's like it makes you question, and it makes you ask different questions like, yo, if you lead me, like, bro, what is this? What are you leading me into? Like what is this? Like, and then you go back to like, why question? Why question? So it's like, it's to me, I'm in a very, very weird, very unstable, very sensitive position. I'm very sensitive. I'm very fragile right now, and it's hard. It's hard. And for those who have children, I'm telling you, it's to see your baby girl like that. It's something different. It's something different. So I'm asking everybody to pray. What is that? No, we're gonna homeschool anyway. This was just something to get her into, like, because we came from Florida, so it was like in Florida she was in programs. It was to get her to, to just socialize, basically. It's like It's like a little Jewish school. They're not, it's not like a school. They're just like playing and like learning ABCs, the 1, 2, 3s, but they're like doing mostly like activities there. But not to get all like emotional, but imagine for the last 2, 3 days when I'm taking her, she didn't want to go. And the day before, like the day it happened, she told me, like, and she never uses this word. She goes, "Daddy, I'm nervous." And I said, "Baby, what do you mean by nervous? Nervous is for things that you're not certain about. You're certain about school. You go here all the time. You love this place. You got show and tell." She had show and tell. So she was telling me, "Yo, I'm going to tell them, I'm going to teach everybody about my Pepper Pig. I'm going to teach them about my little baby girl." And she's like telling me this stuff. And I'm like, and then all of a sudden she tells me as I'm walking her in, she was like, "Daddy, are you going to come back and get me?" I said, "Of course, I'm always going to come back and get you." And she was like, "Well, I'm nervous." And I was like, "Are you nervous to speak, like in front of everybody?" She was like, "No, I'm just nervous about school because I just really want to stay at home today." And when I left the school, something like bothered me, something hit me, and I just shook it off, I just shook it off. And then hour or something goes by. I'm like doing my own thing, and then boom, I still have the message on my phone, and it brings me to tears every time I listen to it. And I'm like debating to delete it because maybe that's what got me sensitive. Maybe that's got me like overthinking. Like I have not slept, and like I'm telling y'all, I have not slept in like 3 days, 4 days, and I'm feeling really, really weird. So hold on a second. So it's like this is the year of the snake. This is the year of constriction. This is the year of growth. This is the year of stretching yourself. And man, we're like 4 months in, and let me tell you, I feel like I'm like being stretched to the max. I feel like, to be honest, I feel like just going away. To be honest, like, bro, Hakuna Matata. Go focus on your daughter. Don't, nothing else matters. Like I feel like that. But then it's almost like you cheat the world, to not guide and not lead and just like just hang the hat up from the front, and it's like, so I'm praying, and I'm praying hard, so it's like, fuck, pardon my French, but and I'm not going to cry or anything like that. I'm just telling you guys, I feel like I need prayer. My family needs prayer. My daughter needs heavy prayer. And let me say this again. She is perfectly fine. We go to the hospital, and and I can only thank God. I can truly only thank God. As much as I'm questioning, we go to the hospital and they're explaining to her, to the doctor, what happened to my daughter, because we wasn't there. And that hurts me even more, because everybody knows I'm always there for my daughter. I'm always, as a protector, as a servant, as like just you always want to be there when your child needs you the most. And what hurts the most is when we finally got in contact with the teacher and we called her on FaceTime. We asked to see Genesis, and Genesis was laying on the floor, and she had the ambulance and firemen all around her. And first thing we hear them say is like, "Okay, now she's breathing." And they tell us she was out for like 15 minutes. Like she started drooling, eyes went in the back of the head, and boom, she was out for like 15 minutes. So the first thing when we got to the hospital, they said, "Well, how long was she out?" And I said, "Well, they say 15 minutes. And then they go, "Well, if she was out for 15 minutes, sir, she would probably peed herself or pooped herself. Like that's not possible." That brings me to tears because my baby is dry. My baby is, at this point, she doesn't even understand why we're in the hospital. She thinks she went to sleep, woke up, I picked her up, took her to the hospital. This is what she thinks. And she's asking me these questions, and I'm just like, "Baby, something happened in school, so we bringing you to the doctor for you to be the patient. You're not going to be the doctor today, so you have to get checked out." And they bring her popsicles, IVs. Ivy is there, so I don't want to like freak Ivy out, to be honest with you guys. But I'm like, we don't know what to do because it's just us here. So we're there, and we're like, I'm praying, and the doctor comes in and he says like, we're gonna do blood work, and we're gonna run tests, and we're gonna see if there's something inside that was like deficient. That was the reason why it could trigger. Maybe she's low on magnesium, iron, or maybe she's low on her sugar was low. Maybe her blood pressure. Maybe she ran a fever real quick. We don't know until we know. So let's start running tests. And by the grace of God, everything came back like nothing happened. And the doctor's in shock. We're in shock. The nurses are in shock. And they're saying, like, we can only suggest that you literally, truly go and just do further investigation on your own. And you guys just go from there. So we was there for like an hour and a half. By the time we got home, Genesis is running and jumping and playing. And this is unheard of. I have a cousin whose wife, because I've never seen this stuff, like, to be honest with you, I'm like, this is not even in our DNA, you know what I'm saying? So this is like the first time some shit like this is like happening in my realm, like that is close to me. I have a cousin named Scooby that his wife has epileptic seizures. And so that's like, she's married into the family. So that's not even like in the family. But anything triggers it for her. Like, she can't even drive at nighttime, ride at nighttime, because the flashes of lights triggers it. She can't watch different things on TV because it triggers it. So she's just more into like monitoring things that trigger it and then staying away from those things. And then that's how she's avoided having like epileptic seizures and stuff like this. But for a 4-year-old to have a 15-minute seizure and have no signs, and it's for me, it's spiritual, and nobody is agreeing with that. But I know I'm a very special individual, and I know people will take my word seriously, and I know people follow me as well, and people stand beside me. And when I'm telling y'all, I feel that it is spiritual. I feel that it is spiritual, and I feel that it's like something attacked my daughter. Real shit. And God protected her when I could. Like, that's the facts. That's the fucking facts. And it hurts. And it hurts. It feels graceful, but it hurts, you know? And now I'm like, I'm sitting in this humble place like, yo, Lord, I'm asking you to lead me. I'm asking you to guide me. I'm asking for your favor. I'm asking for your protection. I'm asking for all of this. Like, why mess with my daughter? Like, why? You know? So as a warrior, it's hard to consistently submit, you know? And then when you look at that, you go, well, he protected your daughter, and you have to switch that energy. But it's, for those who know me, I'm telling you, I'm weirded the fuck out. I'm weirded the fuck out. And it feels like, and I'll tell you why. Because a lot of people who don't know, like, I did militia work for a very long time. So I've taken lifeless bodies back to their families. I've taken clothes of children back to their families. Like, I personally done this. Like, and these things kind of like triggered it for me, you know. Like, to be honest with you guys, like, it's like, so now every time I close my eyes, I see my daughter dead. Like, and it's like fucking me up. I'm dead ass. Like, so this is why I'm not really sleeping. I'm on watch, and and then I was away for like 2-3 days, like 2 days, 3 days. So it was like, man, it's like, and I know people here have already lost children. And so you guys are relating to the energy that I'm speaking on. And it's like one thing I've noticed, now I won't say I've noticed, like, one thing I've, in my life, that certain things should not happen. And let me say this again for those who have lost children, like, God bless you guys, because parents should not bury children. Children should bury parents. Like, this is the law. This is how it should be. So when it's the opposite, it's like, it's hard to fathom that. It's hard to swallow that. So for those who've been through that, like, I praise you, and I say you're stronger than me, because, like, God bless. I didn't lose my daughter, but it could have easily been the case, because they say she wasn't breathing. And they didn't know what was going on because on her records and on her school and on her health records and stuff like that, she has no notes of this type of stuff. So it's like, this is a complete shock. It's a complete shock. And then for nothing to literally go wrong. So I come home last night and she literally wakes up and she says, "Daddy, I want to show you something." And she shows me just a little toy. And then Ivy gets up. So I've been up with literally Ivy to literally almost 4 o'clock. I literally just go back and I just lay Genesis in my bed and I'm just holding Genesis and I fall asleep. And then I wake up and it's 5:17. So I'm just like, shit. But for the first time this weekend, when I closed my eyes, I felt my daughter there. So therefore I didn't have that vision of her not being there. And so I personally wanted to just stay in that. So even when I knew my alarm was going off, I was just like, no, we're not going to get up, And then, like I said, sometimes you can make the wrong decision, but it leads you right to the right place. And to bring back my sarcasm and my laughing spirit, there's still 50 plus people in here that ain't clicked the like button. You motherfuckers tripping. I still notice shit. Don't let me be sensitive all I want. I still notice you some bitches ain't still clicking that like button. Y'all should have y'all thumbs cut off. So you can never text again. You can never click the link to initially get in there. You should lose your thumbs. You should lose your thumbs. So just to let you guys know, I'm still able to laugh. I'm still able to transition into my character. I'm always able to cut the lights on and perform. I'm always able to share my gift, which is to spread light. And this weekend, before I was speaking, I woke up to This Little Light of Mine. And that song brought me to tears. I'm telling you, I haven't probably cried this much since I was in mission and stuff like that, when things were just not going right. You were just losing people you weren't supposed to lose. And this song just comes on like I'm listening to meditation. I don't even want to hear lyrics. I just want my frequency to be right, because I'm going to go get in front of people. And I want to make sure I don't break down. I want to make sure I don't lose it. So I want to thank Paola. I want to thank Eliana. I want to thank Marcus. I want to thank Judy. All of these guys made the situation so easy to kind of just put it in the subconscious and just turn the light on and just do what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Just do what you're supposed to do and everything is going to be okay. And believe in that and know that God is protecting you guys. But when I get by myself, I'm telling you, I feel vulnerable. I feel sensitive. Last night I didn't even want to close my eyes on the plane. And every time I closed my eyes, it was freaking me out. I feel the plane shake. I'm jumping up and I'm like, but as I was saying, sometimes you have to make the wrong decisions to lead you to the right place. And that kind of leads me into where my life is today. I've made a lot of wrong decisions in my life, and I'm not here to bring anyone down. I'm not here to drain anyone's energy first thing on the Monday morning. I'm just a transparent vessel. So I'm just openly telling you guys, if this is the place I'm not supposed to be at right now, and I made plenty of wrong decisions to get here, then Lord, then let me stand 10 toes down. You know what I mean? Let me just go all the way 10 toes down, because maybe this is like the Michael Jackson tour. This is it, and you're seeking other things. You're wishing for other things, even if it's selfishly for you and just not for no one else. All of these thoughts are coming, and I'm like, am I tripping? Or I feel like I'm driving myself crazy a little bit, and I know I'm crazy. So I don't know if you guys don't feel like that sometimes. I'm already crazy, and I feel like the crazy part of me is driving the spiritual part of me crazy. I'm yo, bro, you can't be you can't drive the spirit crazy. The ego is already crazy enough. And And I'm here just to, and I told myself I wasn't going to talk about it, but I don't know anything else to talk about, to be honest with you. I don't know anything else to talk about. And it hurts. And like I said, it feels weird. And we need prayer. We need prayer. So we're gonna try to get answers. And I don't trust the doctors. So I don't trust the doctors, and I don't trust these tests, because these tests are like businesses. These tests are to manipulate families. These tests are to drain families from financial abundance. Like, that's what these tests really truly do. Sometimes these tests doesn't give you answers. They're not meant to give you answers. They're meant to get your child hooked up on some type of medication, and that medication triggers into even having more seizures. And a lot of people don't know this stuff. So it's like, I'm asking God to give me I don't even understand the right words. I would say just to receive information and receive it properly, and trust into their machineries and their science, and I don't know. I don't know. I believe that I don't think we're going to find anything on Tuesday. I pray we don't find anything. I pray the solution is to focus more on activities that are more driven versus iPads and TV, and imagine my daughter, they watch a lot of like the iPad, and I know a lot of children now do watch a lot of these iPads, and I feel not only did it happen spiritually, but I feel the iPads are triggering a lot of different things into children nowadays, because a lot of kids are acting out or learning things now from iPads versus back in the day. We learned how to speak from learning our ABCs and talking to our grandparents and our uncles and our cousins. Now kids are learning how to speak and learning how to talk and learning these phrases and facial expressions from little cartoons that they're watching, that we're putting them on because we need a little time or we need space for ourselves. And because it's not easy being a parent, and it's not easy consistently sacrificing everything about yourself for little ones that are like 100% depending on you. So when you see something that distracts them just a little bit, you go in on it, and it's just for a little bit at first, and then you find yourself like just giving them the iPad all the time. Then you see them being addicted to the iPad, and you see that they're asking for the iPad. You're like, no iPad. And then they go crazy, and then you give them the iPad. So I noticed that there are several things that pop on, warning signs that pop on when you just even watch Bluey, when you watch like Dora, when you're watching like all of these new cartoons. They're giving you warnings that they might cause epileptic seizures. So you're like, not even giving it any thought, because you're like, well, my daughter don't get this stuff. So you're just like clicking through these things and like, here it is. Watch this. I'm gonna go cook you something to eat. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna get you ready. And it's like an addiction. I think it's an addiction to like what it produces. I think I'm personally ready to throw all of the electronics out of the house, but again, that's the psycho part of me, like like I feel like it's a drug, and I've been going through this since last Thursday. And like I said, I can only thank the people that were with me this weekend, like because they made me feel safe. They made me feel that it's okay to be away from home and still perform. And I feel like I did an amazing job. I felt like I was never in a point where I was breaking down in front of people, but it's not easy, man. Let me tell you, it's not easy making the decision to just continue and keep moving forward. So I say, for those who like lost children before, it's an energy that should not happen, and to swallow that and to keep pushing forward. And for me to meet you after these things that happen and notice that you still smile, that you still laugh, that you're still living, you're still moving, you're still doing things. You're moving on, and I know that the only way you're able to do that is to just give all glory to God and allow God to understand that God needed them more than we did. And this is where I'm at. So it's like, I'm thankful that no symptoms. And we talked to the doctor again, and he's asking, like, is there anything else happened since then? And I'm like, no, absolutely nothing at all. It's hard to fathom how I feel and look at my daughter and see how she's acting, knowing what we just went through Thursday morning. Friday morning, I had a hard time jumping on a plane. But what made me commit to jumping on the plane is that she was perfectly fine. And I said, this is God. And when I had to go back to the school, the most hurtful thing right now, the vision, like in my mind, if I'm just, again, speaking transparently before I get off, it was because I've had situations where I had to go and retrieve things for families, for children that were missing. To go back to that school and to get my daughter's things, it's something that I've never pictured, never thought I would ever be at that school, going in the school, leaving the school without my daughter. And to see the teachers crying, to see the whole staff worried, and it's like they were scared. And I'm telling you, they had every right to be scared because only God knows what would have happened. Like, I probably would have lost it and made breaking news. I'm telling you, I probably would have lost it and made breaking news. For sure. So I'm telling you, it was like crazy. To go get her school bag, to go get her jacket, to go get one of her shoes, it's like, fuck. Like, what is this? Like, God, what is this? Like, I'm crying the whole way home. And I'm like, what is this shit? Like, what is this shit? Like this is how you trying to get my attention? Like, this is. And I'm saying to myself, like, this ain't the way. Like, you're gonna make me run, bro. You're gonna make me run. And I don't know if you guys understand that, but I was like, I was ready to run, and I was ready to run, and just like, I don't want no part of that. Like, I don't want, because that is not something I'm trying to deal with, and I'm in such a good place in my life, and it's like, again, when God wants your attention, and this is what Alex said to me. He said, guys like me and you, we have different favor with God because God holds us accountable a lot more than he would the average man, because people tend to take our word as bond. So people follow us, people stand next to us. So in order for God to get attention to a man like you, because he's like, bro, I listen to you, Brody. So for God to get your attention, he almost has to go to someone that you love the most. And everybody knows how much you love your daughters, you love your kids, and things like that. And it's like, but I'm telling myself, I'm like, man, I'm praying, I'm talking, and I'm like, I'm doing, like, I'm thinking I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And then I start questioning everything that I'm doing. And now I feel like how are you about to get ready to place a trade for the first time and you've never done it by yourself? And you're like questioning if this is support, if this is resistance. Should I be scalping? Should I be swinging it? I don't know what Mr. H is saying, from the gaps to the day traps to the 4 hour. I'm lost. Like, I feel like a brand new trader right now. I feel like someone who just signed up Elite and been thrown in all of the OBG chats and don't know shit. Like, y'all know, if you build a business, this feeling right here is like, that shit is like real deal. Like, I really truly feel that, like, I feel overwhelmed, if I'm looking for the word, I feel truly overwhelmed. And to even get on here today, I don't even understand why I got on. And I felt like I was making the wrong decision to get on. But then, like I said, sometimes the wrong decisions lead you to the right place. Because I had nothing to say to you guys. I didn't want to talk to you guys. I didn't want to see nobody. I didn't want to talk to nobody. And to be honest, which hurts me to say, I feel like I don't like people right now, Dead ass. When you seek the trails with came, it means you have shaken up. Yes. Yeah. I feel like I don't like people right now. And I've been in that energy for a very long time because I used to take people out. And it's hard to like people when you have to take them out, you know. So my heart hurts because I'm a people's person, you know. I am for the people. I'm, as they say, the people's champion, as they call me back home. So it's like like I said, it's weird. It's weird, man. It's 555. It's 555. Fives represents things were being removed from your life, negative things being removed for positive things to be placed inside their life. And I personally don't know how. If, I'm telling you, if I wasn't with the Pacific people that I was with, now I'm talking Elian, and I'm talking Paol, and I'm talking Marcus, I'm talking these three people are they mean a lot to me because this weekend was like, I'm telling you, I was weirded. I was weirded the fuck out. I was only sleeping in the back of like really like Marcus' car, or like when I was just laying there. I'm like, I'm laying, but my eyelids are closed, but my eyes are wide open, you know. And I know people know this sleep. I know people know that state of mind. And when I got on the plane yesterday, I thought, oh my God, I can sleep. I can sleep on the plane. And my first little flight from Boston to Philly, I kind of just laid down and I just kind of just boom, and I just went out. But then for the long flight from Philadelphia to Vegas, I couldn't shut my eyes. There was a kid in the back, like maybe like 4 or 5 rows back. And on top of that, it was the emptiest plane I've ever flown on. So I thought that was like really weird. I was like, normally I know they cancel these type of flights. It was literally maybe like 12 people on the plane. And we had a really big plane. So they had to spread everybody out. And I thought, something is telling me to get off of this plane, but nothing is going to get me off this plane for me to get home to my daughter, you know. So I'm willing to risk it all just to get here. So thank God for even allowing me to land, because we were supposed to land at 11:30 and we landed like at 12:47. So it's like, I'm here. We were delayed, but I'm here. I'm here. My Lyft driver canceled 3 times last night. And then the last one picked up, he was 13 minutes away and dropping off another customer and had no reason. Let me tell you, when the guy picked me up, he told me I was going to cancel your ride and go home because my last customer was closer to my home. But then I was praying, because I pray after I finish, before my work and before I finish my work, that God brings good quality customers into my car and don't bring in danger. And I prayed, and when I prayed, I heard your work isn't done, so therefore continue. And he came and picked me up, and I was his last ride. And this guy was, and I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing to him. I got in, I was a mute, and I was just listening to him talk. And he said, man, you should thank God, because I wasn't going to come. I was going to cancel your ride. I even tried to cancel it, and my app froze. So I figured I had to come get you because you might be somebody special. And I said, thank you. And I just put my head against the window, 17-minute ride home, and just went home. Just went home. So I'm going to get off of here, y'all, and I'm going to go about my day today. And let me tell you, I don't want no one to worry about me. I don't want no one to feel sad for me. I want everybody to just pray in the most highest energy and the most powerful voices you can use to speak for my daughter and speak for me and my family right now, because we're in a vulnerable place, because now it is not up to us right now, you know. So we have to go seek answers from people that I don't trust. And I have a hard time like bowing down to pharmaceutical things and stuff like that. So I don't even know if I'm even okay with giving my daughter medicines that they might prescribe, not knowing what the hell happened. You can't tell me you don't know what's going on and then tell me that I need to give my daughter this medicine. Like, you just told me you didn't know what was going on. Like, she's perfectly fine now. And the last thing I want to do is have that energy on me that I sacrifice giving my daughter some type of poison, because nobody know what happened. I don't know what happened, and God knows what's happening. And then I go pharmaceutical, and then I mess her up 5 years from now, 10 years from now, where she can't give life, or she has other symptoms that causes from side effects from this type of medication. Because I know, like Marcus used to have a dog that used to have seizures. And I know when you give dogs seizure medication, it messes up the dog. It messes up the dog. So I'm just truly like praying for like real deal, like help, real deal guidance at this point. Because before it was just like, just lead me and guide me. I'm doing right, and I know I'm gonna go to a whole nother level. I'm gonna get to you know what I feel right now. I feel like my terrain has got extremely rocky. I think my terrain is like it's like a rough track, if you understand. And we're praying, we're praying, we're praying. I'm going head to head with Genesis as much as I can, and just transmitting like positive vibration to her brain, and just doing what I know how to do to naturally heal. I know skin to skin heals. I know prayer heals. I know God heals. I know we can heal. So I'm here. I'm humbled, and I'm listening. But I'm really weirded out, beautiful people. I'm really weirded out. Yesterday I was at the airport and I was walking Eliana and Paola to their side because we was on opposite sides. And this guy just walks up to me and he said, "Hey, beautiful people." and that is amazing because I needed to hear it. I needed to hear it, because like I said, I'm not liking people right now. And for me not to like people, it kind of like makes me also feel super weird, and it's like that's kind of like a vessel, spreading through me. Like, man, don't give up on the people, man. There's beautiful people out there. Don't give up on them. And there's like little signs like this, and it's like yeesh. This is where we are. This is where we are this morning. So I hope this mindset does not drain you. I hope this mindset motivates you, because no matter how hard you got, no matter how bad you're losing and things like this, no matter how hard trading is, somebody else is going through something totally different. And you guys would have never known because I never would have showed you. But I don't know anything else to talk about now that I stand in this place right in my home right now, and my daughter's upstairs. So it's like now it's time to seek. Now it's time to knock on doors. Now it's time to ask for answers. Because God said, if you ask, you shall receive. Someone special to me said, if you never ask, the answer is always no. If you knock, doors will open. If you seek, you will find. So this is the energy that I'm choosing to indulge. So I love you guys, man. You guys make the rest of your day the best of your day. I'm going to see everybody and we'll talk in the morning. Like, I'm going to continue my schedule as much as I can. And we're going to just go from there, beautiful people. We're going to go from there. So I love you guys. Make the rest of your day the best of your day. Deuces, beautiful people. And I thank you for listening. I thank you for listening. It means the world to me. It means the world to me right now. It means the world to me right now because like I was telling Eliana, I was like, I don't talk too much. I don't, as much as popular as I am and loving as I am in the community, I don't talk to anyone, to be honest with you, but you guys. I don't talk to anyone because I don't expect anyone to understand, so I just kind of like, I just keep it pushing and I just give people the light versus understanding what's really going on, because sometimes they only just need the light because their situation could be a lot worse. You guys get the real me. You guys know my government. Most people just calls me Martin around here. You guys know me as Jesse. You guys know me as Mr. H. You see my daughter since birth. I know people right now that I've known for 10, 15 years don't even know I have a second daughter. They don't even know I have a second daughter. Imagine. This is how covenant I am with my lifestyle, because I know I'm so publicly out there. So I have to keep certain things protected, So I appreciate you guys listening, giving me, and I ask God to keep consistently giving me the strength not to let a single tear fall, even though if it they're in my voice. And I know you guys know the tears are in my voice, but we're not letting any tears fall. We're in a happy place right now because our daughter is absolutely amazing. And she's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. Frank Conway. Yo, Frank, welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. My daughter suffered from this when she was younger. Vascular syncope, also known as neurocardiogenic syncope. Yeah, so they were saying it may be something like absent seizures or something like that, something like small, something very common in kids. That's something that they grow out of. Now that I'm researching it and looking for it and stuff like that, because like I said, we've never dealt with this type of stuff, like, so it's all new. Yeah. So I love you. I love you guys. Thank you once again, Marcus, Paola, especially Paola. Paola had me laughing so hard this weekend, her and Eliana. These two are hoots. If you ever get a chance to, like, if you ever choose two people to travel with, like, make sure it's those two if it's possible, because they will light you up. They will light you up. They will light you up. You guys made it very easy for me to push through. Like you guys made it very easy, and for you guys to be with me on that Saturday, it was like it meant a lot. It meant a lot, because almost like, for now that I like go back, and I'm gonna get off, so I'm just talking, but I go back. I remember that night you guys were like just going at each other and just laughing and joking. I think I was silent maybe 2 hours. I was just like not saying one word, and for you guys to continue just laughing, it just made me happy. So I love it. I love you guys. Y'all make the rest of your day the best of your day. Deuces, beautiful people.